Now, if you know me, your boy Dion, you know I love me some prayer. I believes in the power of prayer. Now, this episode isn't about prayer, but it's the principle here is something that we pray for a lot. And I'm here to tell you that this might not be one you want answered, because it just might do more harm than good.
The Creator Podcast.
My name is Dion Williams, aka Dion Does, and I truly believe that we were all created in the image of the ultimate creator, and therefore it's in us all to create. And this show aims to help you and I both level up in this four-dimensional game of life so that we can go out and create for good, whether that's for ourselves, our family, the community around us, but all of this a part of a generational vision of a family of creators coming together to be the difference. Creator fam, welcome back to the Creator Podcast. As we all tune in every day to grow as a family of creators so that we can be the difference. You guys are going to hear me talk about being a lot. If you're not too familiar with that concept, you definitely need to go to freecreatorcode.com. Go ahead and pick you up the creator code for free. Print it out, read it, memorize it, get it into your soul, people. I've been appreciating all the feedback, not only on the podcast, but on the creator code and all the love that's been getting. I love you guys. Appreciate you. I'm gonna try to get in and get out. Last episode, I was quicker. I ain't get in and get out like I wanted to, though. So maybe this is it. Because remember, I'm one take Willie when we get up in here. I'm gonna just spit from the hip, and we'll see where we go. But today, this isn't about prayer. I don't know, some of you guys might have been scared, like, ooh, we going there? Which we will. We'll definitely be talking about faith and religion at times here. That's nothing we'll ever be shy about talking about here. But that's not the topic. So whether you pray or not, whether you believe in prayer or not, you need to stay for this. This principle is huge. And what I was getting at in the intro is that often we'll pray and we'll be like, God, in one way or another, we ask, man, can you make this situation easier? That's the prayer, man. The relationship right now is just hard. Can you make it easier? Lord, the business right now is just hard. Can you make it easier? The job is hard. This health journey is hard. And I feel you, though. Life can be hard. It has its times. But the analogy I want to give you guys, and actually, you know what? I'm going to give you the principle in the form of a quote. Another one from Jim Rohn. I think we had a Jim Rohn quote last episode. Jim Rohn, one of like the OGs of personal development. Very, very good dude, smart dude. Learned so much from him. You guys should definitely be plugged into Jim Rohn. But the principle here, all right, comes from a Jim Rohn quote that says, "Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better." And how many times have we prayed, though? Or again, if you don't pray, maybe you just hoped, right? There's a lot of tough times right now as we're going through this global pandemic. And sometimes we just wish things were easier. And the beauty of it is sometimes we'll get what we pray for and the situation will become easier. But in the long run, that can actually stunt our growth in a lot of areas. And sometimes, and I'm not saying that the situation can't be easier, but instead of the situation just letting up, right, or becoming weaker, and that's how it gets easier, I would like to give you the analogy of a weightlifter. Let's say you were trying to lift up 100 pounds right now, and it was a struggle. It's hard. It's straining you, right? It's pushing you to the limits. Maybe it's more than you physically can handle right now. I think sometimes we like to act like the things that we come across in life aren't too much for us to handle. And I agree and I disagree with that. I believe that we 100% will run into things in our life, or they will run into us, right? You could be hiding. It's going to find you. Hello, cancer. I'm here. Hello, corona. Hello, you laid off. Hello, Your granny died, your cat died, right? Like we can be trying, we could be wanting no smoke. We don't want no problems with nobody. It's gonna find us. And when it does, we'll pray and hope that 100-pound weight will magically turn into a 10-pound weight. And the point I want to get to you today is that if you do that and it does happen, that could be very, very, very bad for you, especially in the long run, because you didn't get stronger. And you got accustomed to needing things to, you got accustomed to these miracles needing to happen for you to be able to move on or move forward. And what we need to get better at, like Jim Rohn was telling us, instead of wishing it were easier, we need to get better at getting better. And so you 100% can come across something in your life that is bigger than you. And by you, I mean the person that you are today. But the beauty of being human and us having agency, having a choice, we can grow. And so you may you may attempt to pick up 100 pounds today, and it's too much for you. But what does that mean for us? That means we have to get stronger. You have to get better if you want to pick up that 100-pound weight. And that's what, and you see it every day, and it's really, really sad. And that's one of the main things that motivates me and gives me that sense of urgency, is because with the perspective I have, I see it. I see so many people laying down to their current circumstances because they're like, man, I don't know how to handle this right now. And they sink into this depression. But what that creator mentality forces you to do is say, all right, I may be down 100 points right now. I got to manufacture a 101-point play in the fourth quarter, and that forces you to get even more creative. And we're already seeing that with this coronavirus. Companies are having to learn to do things that are actually, for some companies, not all by any means, but certain companies are having to go remotely, and it's actually working better for them. They're realizing some of their people are more effective. They're saving money, cutting their overhead, because they had to be more creative. And it was this tension, this pressure that forced them into thinking that way. And it's the same thing with these different roadblocks and these challenges that hit us. They have a weird way of bringing out the biggest lessons in our lives. And I'm going to prove it to you. I want you to think back. Some of the things that scared you the most, challenged you the most, you were afraid of, like just some of the biggest obstacles that you ran into, but overcame. What did you learn from it? And what you'll see often is that when people go through stuff like this, they wouldn't wish it to be any other way. And I remember I was talking to my wife not too long ago, and, we were just talking about her health stuff. You guys have heard me talk about that a lot. It's a big part of my life. There's some scary aspects to it, but we were talking about it, and we were just talking about so much good has come from it. Our marriage has even got better. We've gotten closer over it. And it was like, man, and we see how many people it's inspiring, how many people it's helped, because she has a testimony. And my wife is super inspiring. Like, she's my daily podcast that fuels me to do this podcast. And we asked, like, of course we want her to be healed. We haven't given up on that. We're very curious about it, right? But if we could rewind it and take it all the way and it never happened, I don't know. I don't know if we would. That's kind of where we were at. Like, trust me, I have front row seats to all of the crap that she has to go through, and it's painful. And for anyone that's like just loves someone with everything you got, to see them suffer, you're like, yo, can I switch? Like, let this be on me. And so, sometimes I feel like it's affecting me more than it's affecting her. I don't mean to be selfish by that at all. Like, and definitely not physically, but like emotionally, like it just sucks to see your life partner going through some of the things she's going through. And for me to even have to pause and think about that is crazy to me. Like, ooh, like, man, because there's so many lessons we've learned. And the woman she is today, who's so inspiring, a lot of that was crafted through her being sick. And this came to me today as, I'm recording this on a Sunday evening. Kiddos it's bedtime now. And Sunday is Sunday Fun Day. I need to create a more creative name than that. But Sunday Fun Day, that's the family day. And the kids get really fired up about it. And I felt really bad because of stuff's been crazy. The last little bit, we skipped out on Sunday Fun Day, or it was like half Sunday Fun Day and not like legit Sunday Fun Day. So we were back to the max Sunday Fun Day. We played video games all day. My kids have just been playing like Call of Duty Zombies or like Roblox. And that's cool. Call of Duty's cool. Roblox on the phone, the tablet, it's cool. But I'm like, y'all ain't like gamers. So I had to introduce them to some more games today. We was doing fighting games, racing games, like some like co-op, top-down, 4-player shooter games. Like it was dope. Exposing them to just a more games. Because that's all they ever want to play is like zombies or Roblox. Like, do y'all know what generation y'all are growing up in? Y'all have so many games you could play. And so we were playing the different games, and we were playing a fighting game at one point. And my youngest daughter, Lyric, she might be the best. Don't let her sisters hear me tell you this, but she might be the best gamer. Okay? At 6 years old. And she's going up against her older, my middle daughter, Lavelle. All right, she's 6 and 7 year old going at it. And Lavelle will win by any means necessary. Lavelle's like a scumbag when it comes to games. She doesn't care if she's running the whole time, making you mad in a fighting game. She'll be in her own world. I remember us playing Mario Kart, and the other two are trying really hard to stay on the track and win. And Lavelle's like going backwards and driving through the water, and she's in her own world. So she's annoying to play with because she doesn't care if she loses. So even when you beat her, you don't really feel good about it because she's not sad. Well, they were playing a fighting game, and Lavelle would like to just duck and do like a just simple jab punch over and over again. And you all know that person does the same move in the fighting game, and she's having the time of her life. And Lyric is trying to put combos together and jump over and counter her, but she couldn't beat it. And she complained to me. She got mad. She said, "Dad, you got to do something." She keeps doing the same move over and over again. What was she asking for me? She was saying, "Dad, you just got to make this easier. Because right now what she's doing is too hard for me." And I had to tell her, I said, me being the daily podcaster, creator podcaster that I am, I said, "No, Lyric, you are a creator." I didn't go this deep. But basically I was like, no. One, you can't tell her how to play the game, which we see in life, right? How many times are we complaining in this game of life how someone else is playing? And to an extent, we can create whatever game we want. In this game called life, some people choose to live a life of where the rules are a lot more aligned with evil and greed and selfishness. And so they might not be playing the same game as you. So they may not have the same rules as you. And we can't control that. We can't. And so I had to tell her, number one, you can't tell her how to play the game. She's going to play it how she wants. But number two, okay, how can you get better though? Instead of just making me stop her from using the same move over and over again, why don't you ask me how you could get better? 9:00. Right? Oh, it's 9:00. Thank you for my phone, letting me know. And so I told her, I was like, no, you got to get better. Jump, and then when you jump, kick. Jump and kick, and that's going to stop her from that just jab move she was doing, right? And then she got better, and Lavelle couldn't do that anymore. She couldn't do the same move, and now it made Lyric a better fighting gamer, right? And she added something new to her tool set. And that's exactly what life is. Right now, life is crouched. This coronavirus is crouched in the corner and it's jabbing you. And you're just hoping like, come on, God, just make it stop doing the same move. My finances are always getting hit, God. Why is it? Hold up, let's pause. Maybe God's trying to get you to see something there. God's just like, I got to get you to jump and kick. You got to counter that jab, right? Or maybe you're running into the same stuff with your marriage. God, will you please just change her? Will you fix her? Will you do this? Maybe he's trying to teach you something. Maybe you got to be the change. All right. So in the wise words of Jim Rohn, don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. That was some good stuff, man, but we ain't going to leave it there. We got to put some feet to it. So how can you take action on this? I think this is very, very simple. If you guys have been really rocking with this podcast, y'all know my style. Let's try to keep it simple here. Let's not overcomplicate it. So pull out your creator frame. We have our faith, relationships, our energy, our economics. These are the 4 dimensions of life. As a creator, we're moving towards 4-dimensional living. Not just good at one. We all know it's not that hard to be good at one. If you neglect your family, neglect morality, neglect your body, it's not that hard to make money and be good at business. That's all you care about, right? You don't care about your finances. You don't care about God. You don't care about anyone else. It's not that hard to get a 6-pack. We know someone that can be 1-dimensional. Let's try and be 4-dimensional though. Okay, so we're looking at those 4 areas. Where are you praying, wishing, hoping it were easier? Okay. And then identify that, and then create a 1 to 3 step plan for you to embrace it and you to get stronger. So if you're trying to lift 100-pound weight, and I'm using this metaphorically in one of those areas, what's the 10-pound weight you can grab? I'm sorry, let's live in the circle of truth. Let's be honest. It may take you, and again, this is an analogy. It may take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years before you can lift 100. That's just truth, though. So let's start the journey, man. Where's the 10-pound weight at? Find that. So many people walk into the weight room of life and they say, I want to lift 500 pounds, but I can't lift 500 pounds right now. It's going to take me 10 years to lift 500 pounds. I'm not going to lift. I'm going to just leave. And then 10 years is going to pass, whether you like it or not. Hopefully for you, right? 10 years will come and you could have been there. You could have been there. Some of you guys want that 100-pound weight in business. Okay, let's go pick up the 5-pound weight today. Go find it. Take that first step today. Man, if I want to travel the world, I want a daily podcast. I want 1 million subscribers. I want multiples of employees. Okay, I hear that. That ain't happening this week, though. I promise you, boo-boo. And that's okay. But maybe you can go buy the domain name today. And then what can you do tomorrow and the next day, right? Let's get some momentum going, all right? Let's put some feet to it. I love you guys. Please, freecreatorcode.com. I got to drop the beat on y'all. Y'all don't take it serious enough. freecreatorcode.com. Put some mother fluffing feet to this. If this is blessing you guys, please let me know. Reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's at Dion Does. It's all that stuff. Again, keep sharing it. Man, y'all are really sharing this thing too. Keep sharing it. Keep leaving those 5-star ratings. I'm reading them. They make me want to cry. And please check out freecreatorcode.com. I love you guys. And until next time, God first. God bless.